All right. Good morning. It is April 18th. And for YouTube, um, we're going to be working on some owl modeling today. We're going to model a owl avatar. That's who we're working on already. I'll open him up. And that'll be for this video. And then my next stream later today will be a little bit more of that and then working on Frank. But here's Alex, our owl boy. And he's looked pretty good already. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and start doing some tweaks, getting him working proper, go from there. Okay. Belt loops. Belt loops. So for pants, got 1, 2. So belt loops should be 1, 2, and then a middle one. All right. Not quite what I expected, but that's okay. Do that. Good morning, Snardom. Morning from VR, even typing. Uh-oh. Yeah, I hope I have never been able to get the keyboard to work properly in VR. Well, I hope you're having a good start to your what's today? Tuesday? Tuesday then. Kicking butt in VR. I should have creased it beforehand. And beveled it. Like that. Or should it be this one? Move this back over. Right about there. Having some fun with test rigs. Oh, very cool. Certainly feel free to share once you're getting close to getting that avatar done. Love to see what you're up to. I think do this, and this is the only part we're gonna extrude. All right, something like that. All right, little belt loop. That looks good. Just move it up a little ways. Still not quite how I'd like it to be. Just this little crease gets so funky. Should I crease this edge? Can always do another cut, kind of give it the actual loop, and then that one. Okay, yeah, that looks nice. That looks quality. Mainly just exploring Rigify at the moment, but what it generates isn't usable for the environment I want to use it in, non-VRC in this case. Interesting. Gotcha. So you're not in VR chat, you're just in VR. I did assume just VR chat for some reason. Latest Avi idea is done. It's just exploring workflow stuff for rigs animation into that environment. Very cool. I like that. I was in Neos just now. Gotcha. The dreaded land. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. Well, certainly if you're doing some animations in VR, I would be very interested in seeing what you're up to because I've been thinking a lot about VR movies and like animations. Like it'd be so cool to have like a really compelling cinematic experience in VR. There's not a lot of that because it's hard because it's challenging. One of the best I've seen has been this music video. It was from a while back. It came standard with Steam VR, or it was free on Steam, I believe. It was so cool. In Neos recently, I saw a theater map. Well, I wish I could run Neos in Blender without my computer deciding to move to space. So in that regard, dreaded lands indeed. People could act out a play and record it. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Ahoy! Welcome, drunk. Or welcome, Era, excuse me. Payment sent, by the way. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. How's the house? Hopefully, things are in a better spot now. Welcome, you bloody drunk. Getting there. Good. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Weather, not snow, so better. Oh, very good. Very good. Very, very good. Yes. But that is good to hear. I do. I appreciate snow, but I'm certainly not built for staying in it too long. Oop. I don't mind snow, but freezing rain and snow while I'm moving kill me. Oh my goodness, yeah. Extra hard mode. This kills the man. Probably be in Lurktown most of today as an FY all day meeting. Oh goodness, they're upgrade. They're evolving. The meetings have become more than just a meeting. They are the business. Working session. Gotcha. Gotcha. Dreaded. That's kind of what I do, but I get a chat to my heart's content. I don't have a not quite the same setup. All right, pantaloons. Pantaloons. Using Blender 3.4, by the way, with the new mix node and the shader for color mix, also floats, etc. I have 3.4 downloaded, but I believe this is 3.3. Yeah, 3.31. Um, I really wanted to mess around with the GeoNode, the simulation GeoNodes, but I had trouble finding them in this latest version. I had rigging issues, switched back to 3.3 to test something, forgot about 3.4 mixed node. Now all my shaders are well. Foobar. Uh-oh. That's a bummer. The blessing and joys of having many versions. Cutting edge tech. Hooray. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, no. Excuse me. Sorry to be yawning so much. Still, waiting for my coffee to kick in. I have so much more energy today than yesterday. Yesterday was just kind of my brain was struggling. Struggling. Today I feel pretty good though. Bird pants. Would a bird wear pants like this or like this? Oops. All right, that looks quite good. I'm liking it. Just a little bit of gap. All right, I think the pants are good to go. Pantaloons. Let's take one more look at the hoodie. Actually, let's make sure the hoodie and the sweater are not overlapping. Next job, I won't be able to be blending every day like this. No. Need to get into that job hunting business. We'll miss blending and playing with tech. Well, I certainly wish you well. I was just making a post online about just doing work in VR chat. You know, I think if you could find the right setup and stuff for yourself, Blender in the tech world. Are you looking to do freelance are you or just more of a normal day job? Last 10 years, I've been full time dev slash front ender, so I'm not sure yet. There's certainly a lot of people wanting logic in their VR worlds, but not quite as sure how lucrative that is. I've been self employed in the past, but no network now means no income, so fair, fair. Well, I certainly wish you well. I just know that there is work out there in the VR lands. It's definitely that freelance lifestyle, searching, kind of grinding, but it's out there. And background in arts. Okay, heck yeah. I relate to that. Artsy fartsy. I get that look at every job interview when people ask about general education. Art school. It's the best way to make sleeve. Sleeve with wrinkles. Certainly dev related positions. I feel like that should work in your favor, right? You got like you can show that you have like experience solving problems that aren't just related to tech. Bam, 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 bam. Well, I wish you well in your job hunt. Certainly an interesting. All jobs are getting kind of spicy now with all this AI stuff. Spicy. Excuse me. VR stuff is kind of nice as well. AI stuff is awesome, but I have to scale around. Working for a company means you have to focus on their tech, so it's true. Just start a Patreon now. That's not as easy as it sounds. There we go. Now it looks all bunched up. I like that. Bunchterino. And we'll do one more little cut here. Should I? I mean, it already looks pretty good. There's probably not a need for that. Just one more wrinkle. Just one more wrinkle. Okay. There we go. Now that feels like bunched up cloth. Bunched up cloth, which is good. That's what I want. Do 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 do. All right, that looks quite nice, honestly. Honestly. I think I'm getting the hang of adding wrinkles to things. I like to doing the cloth sims, but sometimes it gets a little out of control time-wise. I would love to be able to do that more, but I just found that I ended up wasting too much time trying to get it perfect when it's all going to be baked into a texture anyway. I think I prefer this now. Hey there, Pixel. Welcome. Welcome, Pix. It's hard having a proper setup for that if you can reuse, at least for me. For Sims, absolutely. I feel like every sim is a piece of custom work. It definitely enters the a more manual process. I hope you're having a good day. Pix, welcome, welcome. Good start to your Tuesday. So work-wise, I have AP here and Frank here, and then once we're wrapped up with them, Frank will definitely have wrapped up this week. So we should be starting on picks round 2 sometime Thursday, Friday. I think that's when we'll be starting on your revisions. Just so you can plan for it. All right, look at that. Now that looks like clothing. Clothing. This is a little high. All right. Now, the one thing that's missing is hoodies have strings. So I think we'll just attach them directly. May as well. Crease them. Crease them. Point two. Just straightening this out. All right. A little bit too thick. Too much? Too big? Thin it about half. That's better. All right, all right, all right. Looking quite good. Perfect. Okay, time to start unwrapping. Are the feet a little bit too big? Probably a little bit too big. Let's make them slightly smaller. Slightly smaller. What? That feels nice. All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna do a vertical split. Switch this to UV. And now we can begin that process. So first we'll mesh this, then delete half. Mirror it. Add some cuts. Do a cut on the bottom because that one's actually straight. All right, so something like that. Nice. And my classic move, straight, pin, done. Easy. Easy peasy. Oh my goodness. I'm not hitting these hotkeys at all. Point 2 SX0. That should have lined him up a little bit better. Find out. Yeah, might as well find him. That makes it a little bit easier. I do that more often. Some things do need to be straightened out a ways. But now they line up across the way. Across the way. They should. All right. And we'll go to here, image, texture, new, UV, color, grid, 2048. All right. Almost everything lines up. Almost everything. There we go. All right, sleeve down. Pin. Now we'll do the front itself. All right, but that guarantees that these do line up, not necessarily on the UV map, but pixel wise, they're now even Stevens. It should be at least. Yes, yes. Very good. There we go. Something like that. That feels nice. All right. I've been kind of avoiding doing that cut on some certain things like my the bodies. But it makes sense to do. No. Well, it'd be nice to straighten them out, but I don't want to. Yeah, let's leave it at that. I want to things evenly space them because they don't need it. They don't need it. Perfect. That looks quite good. A little bit of stretching up here. With this spot. All right. Perfect. That's as good as that gets. All right. Um, yeah, I don't need to change anything else. Pin. Now the hoodie. So for the hoodie, I'm thinking that we'll want to take the middle, pin that. This is going to be how we move. Yeah, because then it goes all the way around. That looks nice. That's not worth doing. Okay. Not worth doing that. All right. This part though. Or I actually want it to be this one. That's going to be about as good as it can get. About as good as it get here. There we go. Hello. Now hear me out. What if you sell UVs all wrapped up and call it a puzzle? People can send it in unwrapped. People pay for Sudoku booklets, don't they? That's not a bad idea at all. You know, I could easily see someone making an app out of that. 3D color puzzle. Something like that. 3D color puzzle. UV unwrap. I think that's a pretty good idea. There you go. There's your new job. Make a puzzler. Excuse me. Ugh. All right, that looks really good. Let's go ahead and pin that as well. I'll take it all. Average the scale. Nice. Do mesh. Side of active. Faces invert. Then mirror. Boom. Thankfully, pants are the easiest to set up the seam for. You just do that. Mark, seam, bam, bam, bam. Bada boom. They're already pretty lined up. All right. Something like this. Really nice to straighten this out. First, let's unpin this. Then we'll straighten out this edge. I'll take both. Pin. We'll go from this side over. Okay. Boom, boom. There we go. Cursor here. Pin. Rotate. Flatten. And kind of push that out a ways. Seems that no matter what, we're going to get some odd stretching. So do that. Boom. Hmm. Maybe. Maybe. That didn't not half bad. It's very stretched on this side. I would very much like to make sure the belt loops are extremely straightened. So we are going to redo this. Right. No, we won't redo. We will just make sure that they are straightened. So from here, let's do this. Here to here, 0.8 SY0. It's actually just pinned SY0. Pin the whole thing. And then move it down. Then we need to figure out why these are so stretched. Hello, meeting time. Hello, meeting time. Good luck. Good luck, Era. I believe in you. All right, now that's some real even mapping up top, which is good. There we go. We did it. We made it. Now we got very even unwrapping. Yay. Still one more section to line up though, which is all of this. I really wish there was a quick way to do it. We'll find out. There's a decently quick way. Just not going to work on the knees. Point 2SY0. Let's move that down real quick. All right, but that ensures that on the edges it should line up. But again, not for the knees. Not for the knees. There we go. All right, time to finish up the body. So the modeling, we just need to fill in the ears and and there should be a tongue. No teeth, because owls don't have teeth, I believe. Some birds have teeth. Some birds basically have fangs, and it's terrifying. Looking at you, geese. Looking at you. Doesn't really need to go too far back. There's something right there. All right. Oh, no. Excuse me. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab some food. I'm back. I got some pickle. I got some pickle. All right, so now the ears, which I feel are close, but not quite right just yet. First, they should be a little bit farther out, I think, or at least like that. Yeah, it's just easier to. That one's odd. Something a bit more like that. Yeah, that feels nice. Not quite a little too far out, but it's looking good. Something to that effect. Later, Joe. I should have marked this first. Or actually, this versus bring it in even more. And then select the boundary loops. Mark. Seam. May not need to do that, but it'll make it easier for now when I need to select it. Then we'll do this again. Select boundary loop. Bridge. Shipment. Whoa. What the fudge? What the fudgesicle? Okay. Bridge. And then take these ones. And decrease them. All right, something like that. All right, something like that. Mark the seam right there. And then we'll need a cut like right here or so. Not quite sure how that's going to unfold. That'll be interesting. All right. And we need a lot more than just that. We got to put some cuts everywhere else. Right there, mark seam. There. Bada boom. The leg. Perfect. Pickle time. It's actually quite filling. I am going to go microwave my coffee though. Cold. Cold coffee. Cold coffee. Alright, we're back. We're back. Okay. So for the foot here, interesting. I think the easiest way will be to cut here. Basically unfold it on this side. We need one more cut in the groin. Now we're good to go. All right, so I should actually make a backup cut. UV unwrapping. Save. Take a little sip of coffee. Actually, no, that's super hot. Wow. No. We will take a sip of coffee later. Oh, I still didn't make the tongue. Okay, we'll do that in just a second. 1 hour later, BRB, microwave and coffee. It's time. Round 3. That's a little odd. Also, I shouldn't unwrap it this way where they go in at an angle. Just lose resolution for no reason. How much was that rotation? Boom. Copy. And it's this one. R. Negative. Bada boom. Let me do that again. Cursor there. All right, much better. Let's get that UV in there. Image texture. UV. I'm so proud of how I unwrapped the hand. Pin and pin. boom, and boom. Sorry, I shouldn't whistle into a microphone. That's no good. We're on UV already. Indeed, indeed. We're moving quick. Well, excuse me. Sorry about that. Should line up now. Bump, 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 bump. Was I running up? I was not lining up the right things there. Here I was. I think. Gets a little confusing. Ah, that's why. Okay. Almost. There we go. Now we've got it nice and circling around. See, that line goes all the way around. All these stitch up. Noise. This spot right here is a little funky though. I think we would want to do just move it over a ways. Yeah, no. Not quite. Nah, we can leave that there then. Tuesday. Welcome, Fat Nasty. Welcome. Indeed, indeed. We're on already. Quickly, rapidly going through the week. Too fast. Someone slow it down. Can't be Tuesday already. It's Tuesday. Choo. I started my head project. Hey, may not be posting some of these till more toward the end. Say that. I mean, that's how it goes. But you should be high fiving yourself after completing each one. I'll high five you. Bam. Bam. That's a high five right there. Good job on getting those done. Oh no. The butt. The butt. I messed up my butt. Dang it. The butt. I think that it's these faces here. I think there should be a connection right here. Dang. Well, I did back up before this, but it's an easy thing to fix. This goes. Just extrude this forward. Connect. And connect. All right, butt fixed. The butt. All right, that works well. Everything's connecting properly. You go ahead and pin the torso. Boom. Though I could take the arm connection, shrink that a little. Okay. We'll leave it like that. All right, leg time. Bam. Another random question. Anyone got experience with baking one material setups with multiple textures inside with mixed shader nodes? I had this set up for texture paint blender, but the bakes are slow. Interesting. So you're already able to bake it like kind of at the end. You bake that end result because that's really my only guess. If you're just looking to speed it up. The only thing I would suggest is that if when you're baking in cycles for your render, you don't need any more than one or two samples. Um, so you can always turn down your render samples to one or two because this is completely accurate. You're not baking shadows or anything like that. Samples, gotcha. Um, yeah, that may be difficult. And then I guess just change your settings. But other than that, the only other suggestion would just be to bake each material separately, and then feed the textures through the mix node. Could mask texture size influence it much? Yeah, nothing crazy though. I mean, I use a mask to mix those materials. I think that should work just fine. I've used masks to mix as well, and it wasn't that bad. I think that should be fine. I've mixed a similar amount of images before, and it wasn't too bad. I think. Well, like three to four. Um, hmm, just thinking about that right now. Yeah, I guess my only suggestion would just be to mix the or bake the materials separately, then bake the mix of just the textures. But then you have more textures, so uh, you could always try to make. If you do think it's the mask that's slowing it down, you could always create your mask using vertex colors. Just some selections with vertex colors that might speed it up. Um, Other than that, I can't really think of anything. Get supercomputer. Could bake each material, mix it. I could then just bake it on 8K, for example, to make those textures just fine. Absolutely. Um, I mean, you can just do it in Photoshop at that point. You wouldn't even need to bake it in Blender. If you have them all separate, then you just take your mask texture and use it as a mask in Photoshop, or GIMP or whatever other program. All right. So we got the feet, got them toes. We got them toes. What's the best way to line them up, though? Because it actually comes down and then it goes to the side. So these ones kind of go this way. This should be the bottom, and then this one goes that way. Interesting. Um, but we are going to try to use my technique, my powerful technique, where we take. Actually, in this case, we could just take the whole enchilada. My preferred method line was just put on basic shoes, cut off feet, fixed. Guess it's not an option here. It's definitely a little different with the toes. Full stream. Wow, thank you. I have my volume up. HD Turkey Dogs, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. We are making a VR chat avatar right now. An owl dude. Do you have a big brown bear plush? I do not. Thanks. Morning wood. But welcome to the stream. We're just working away. It's kind of like a work stream, but feel free to ask any questions. If you're interested in a commission, let me know. I do not. Do you? Actually, let's undo that. Go back to here. Expand the selection. And because I want them connected. And then we'll project again. Bam. I have the feeling quite the collection. Clearly, your interest in stuffed animals is effusive. Doop, doop. And now that we've done that, we have the live unwrap done. We can go ahead. It was all lined up. I think I just need to flip them over now. Kind of move them over and then flip them like that. And then like that. Get that spacing looking good. As long as we have the edge pinned, we should be fine. Okay. So, right here, we have that one. And then this is about halfway. So we have 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, right there. Pin that. I think we'll do the other toe separately. That would be better. Right. And just deselecting all of the bottom section. And there's a few floaters in there. There we go. All right. Perfect. And yeah, we'll just ignore the back toe for now. Just these front ones. These are in position. When I invert it, we'll take this section here, flip it on the negative axis and move it over. Then grab the foot again. And now we have, dang it, they already reattached. That's funny. Man, how do I best do that? All right, there we go. Just need a little bit of space between them. Okay, but now that we've done these, I'm going to take this toe, move it down there. Take these sections, move them over. It's going to kind of line up like this. Like that. Boom. All right, let's turn on Live Unwrap again. Boom. There we go. All right. Perfectly lined up toes. But I'm confused on this little cut here. Interesting. It's going to be interesting to line these up because this really sharp 90-degree cut right here. Bam. To get them lined up, will be a little bit challenging. This came out really well on its own. I don't think we really even need to redo that one. Look at that. They line up. Do, 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 do. Excuse me. That's what we want to see. I think the only potential improvement is if we straightened out the UV maps on the tips of the toes. Let's just give that a shot. If we do this, potentially that could help, but it's certainly not necessary. All right. Bada boom. And I think we'll do our best to straighten out this little edge to a cursor there, 0.6, SY0. Same with this one. Boom, boom. Put it here as well. All right. And we'll just continue that actually. Bada boom. And now we can straighten this one out. This one. There we go. Perfect. And then here. All right, perfect. I like that. That's come out super well. Look at that. Look at that UV map. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay. Next, we'll want to straighten out the bottom. Right here. Losing track of that. Right there. Pin, 6-0. Boom. All right, before that, we're going to take this section here and pin it. Then we want to position it where we think it's going to line up. we know that it's going to line up directly across from this. We can actually just follow those lines pretty much exactly. Boom, boom. Interesting. So it's just going to be much higher resolution than the other toes. That's okay. Not a problem. Just funny that that's how it's going to work out. One at 6, PSY0. Boom. 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 Snardo. It always makes me feel bad when I do that. I wish I could use the resolution on something else, but then I spend way too much time redoing it all. I want those pixels. Yeah, the trade-off between invest time and UV unwrapping is odd. All right, but that looks pretty good. Something like this. I think. I try to keep things relatively standard with how I do it. But you do always seem to hate the fishies with all those perfectly straight UVs. Looking good. Oh, thank you. Bye. All right, that does look decent. I'd like to straighten it a little bit more, but I think we'll just be straightening the edges, not the interior loops here. By the way, what margins do you usually give your islands? I usually give them. I don't know what it equates to in pixels, but I have in my Blender add-on it's 0.01. It's a relatively large margin. Maybe like 5 pixels at least, 5-10 pixels. I don't. I haven't really thought about it too much. Sometimes I have to go back and fix it because I'll definitely have given them incorrect margins. So just in baking those long bakes, I realized I tried to take too much from the ocean. Too much from the ocean? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. More margin required. UV islands. Ah, that's funny. That is a good pun. All right, that looks pretty good. A lot of twisting though. Wow. Wow. How do I alleviate that? Hmm. Okay, so that's this here. That's what's going on. Excuse me. Hmm. Not particularly liking that. Hmm. Ooh, I think I burnt my coffee a bit. Just unpin it, see what that looks like. What happens? It does that. I think what may be best is simply to cut this off. This will be its own thing, and this will be its own thing. I don't like that though. I want it to be one thing. I want it to be one thing. But I think the only way for it to perfectly do that would be I'd have to remove the bottom completely. I have to remove the bottom completely and then do a perfectly symmetrical cut down this and down the toe. Doesn't seem that great. Hmm. Excuse me. Man, this is a tough one. Tough little nut to crack. Because usually we don't have back toe. That changes the situation quite dramatically. It's going to, I'm going to hide these for now. I suppose one other way of doing this would be to rotate this section. So if we took here, kind of moved it this way, oops, this way, I would straighten out some of it. Actually, that's not too bad at all. Okay. So we can do that. And then we just need to figure out where the toe should rotate again. That would be this point right here. And then that way, I can take the top of the leg, pin it, and straighten it. And it behaves a little bit nicer. Definitely get a lot of stretch in here, which would be what section is this? It must be this one. So we just unpin it. It's to flip over. We can kind of minimize it a little bit. That definitely straightens out the back area. That looks better. I think we'll have to redo the back toes, which is fine. Huh. Quite expect that. That means it's already pretty much good to go. Actually, well, I mean, that's so smushed. I want to redo it, but this right here might be fine. Welcome home. All right. Well, we know that this is basically what we want to do. Back. A new lamp? Oh. Yeah. Yeah, those we did last time. You get some coffee. No, $20. Nice. Yeah. Good deal, actually. Yeah, I was thinking. We do. All right, we're going to squish this one, 0.6, right about there. That way they line up nicely. Okay, now we can really see the map that we're creating, and that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Again, the tricky part is just this little area here. Very interesting that it's only like this. I guess if I could just get it to move here, it's not as bad. It's still stretching quite a bit there. Okay, I think we'll need to move these up. This one down. And that's better. That's better. Not perfect. Better. Maybe that's what it is. We just need to pull this whole thing forward a ways. It's not bad. In fact, if we did that and then just scaled these to be the same size, then we could just make a full straight edge of both sides. Still get some odd stretching, but it'll be a very consistent UV map. It's like it gets sucked down to this. Fascinating. We'll never be able to avoid this distortion though, unless they're rotated. And then if they're rotated, then they get this very odd twist. Let's take these ones and we're just going to unpin them again. That looks like a solution to me. Take these, pin. Then unpin this section here. Take our toes, rotate them. That's section. And we're back to what we had before. Okay. All right. I don't like this. We're going to just redo the whole thing. So that is not the way we want to unwrap this. Instead, we're going to be a little bit more extreme. We're going to mark that seam there. We're going to get rid of the one here. And we're going to create one right here. Because this one will be perfectly symmetrical. All right. So now, I'm going to pin these. Put one cursor here. Take this whole little section, pin it, rotate it right about there. Pin it, rotate it right about there as well. All right. So that straightens out the toes here. Now for this spot, do I try and rotate it this way as well? Kind of scrambles that. Or I flatten it out this way, which does seem to be working already. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. All right, select the whole thing. Do island border, invert. Actually, that's fine. Invert Alt P. Okay. Now we could just line all these up. There's no real need for that though. These are the ones we want to line up. So we'll do this point. All right. And pin. Boom. Cursor here. Bam. Doop, doop, doop. All right. Boom. Closing the gap here. Is that right? Something like that. Okie dokie. So now we've got this odd little shape here. And on the bottom, super simple. Got the bottom set up too. Good to go. All right. Toes. Whew, that was a challenge, but we did it. All right, on to the next one. We're going to do the face now. Which thankfully is straightforward. Well played. Oh, thank you. Oh, sorry, I totally missed this. I had been wondering how you do it. I was thinking I was just a savage for doing amputation as a first solution. As it turns out, I am indeed a savage just looking at your solution. It's all just about how to get those squares straight. You can get them square looking good. You're doing good. Get them squares. Hello again, Connie. Welcome. How is your day going? We are working on Alex today, who is a owl persona, or Alf persona, or avian. Let me zoom out. So we've got, oops, it's kind of the look we're going for over here. He's got some tail feathers. He's got some bird feet, and we do have some clothing for him as well. So he's coming out pretty well. I think we're hitting a very good stride with him. Yeah, I hope you're having a good day, and welcome to the stream. But for now, we unwrap the body. The body. Gotta love the we are working on part. Makes me feel like I actually did work today instead of just spamming chat a bit and not progressing much on my stuff. Hey, it's all about the intention. We're sitting here working together. I mean, just wanting to do something is half the battle. Really awesome. So much creativity with these avatars. There are. Always something new, always something refreshing. Why I love it. Why I love it. Yeah, let's leave it right there. That looks pretty good. This one's a little bit more straightforward than most of the faces I make. It's very rounded and smooth. Any special parts on this avatar you envision? Oh, well, there's nothing too crazy on this one. Uh, I did do the hair differently, just in terms of process. I made a little particle system for the hair. So if we remove this one, so it's like kind of this sculpting thing, which is very fun. Been messing around with that. Really enjoying that workflow. But yeah, this one's just following the design here. He's got little tail feathers. Most just working on process for this one. We are trying to go for more Japanese kimono aesthetic. That's what this type of style is. So we'll be trying to hit that where it's a little more very stylized. Hey, a follow. BMW Fan 300. Welcome to the channel. Hello, hello. Thank you for the sheep. We're working on some VR chat avatars right now. Yeah, we're in the midst of UV unwrapping, which is the part before texturing the avatar. Hoot hoot. Who? One, two, three. I want a Tootsie Pop now. Trying to mimic the theme of the avatar today. Yeah, someone yesterday came in and said, "Who's this?" And I was like, "Ha, who is this? Who?" So, anyway. Oh, sorry to yawn. We're getting rid of those little interior edges because they will be hard to weight paint properly if they're there. There we go. Eyelash unwrapped. Next, the beak. For this one, I think all we really need to do is just straighten that back edge. I can't quite tell which way it is. Come on in, Lux. They're pulling out the landscapers are here, and she's like, "Time to hide under the bed." Okay, Lux. Be a little scaredy cat. No, we won't do that. That's what I was confused about. So this is the bottom. Don't quite understand this. I'm looking at this wrong. I can't quite tell how. This not the top, the front. This has got to be the little beak portion. But it's not. Oh, no, it is. Wait. I'm so confused. Why is this feeling weird? It's hurting my brain. All right, so now I know what I'm looking at. This is the front. I think right side is the center of the beak. This is definitely the corner, but it's just not mapping out how I thought it would. My intuition was struggling on that one. Probably be best to just separate the different sections. Yeah. So let's go in here and we'll add a little cut. Point 6. Let's just see what this looks like. Oh, so this must be okay. So what I want to do is take this section and straighten it. Bada boom. And then for this section, do that. And that's pretty much as good as it's going to get. There we go. So it's straight on the lip, straight on the edge, diagonal there. Perfect. Okay, next. would want this side. All right, there we go. Now it lines up really well. It's just kind of hard to look at because it's like the same shape from different angles, and usually when it unwraps, it's like kind of similar to how it starts out, but not so much here. Anyway, there we go. Beak. Beep, beep. Next, we have the ear. Mm-hmm. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it, Bobby. No, that was good. Good the way I had it. Just isn't quite distributing the way I thought it would. But now it did. Okay. Perfect. Point to SX0. Boom. Boom. All right, now we got a real clean map. Look at that. Perfect. How can we pull this apart? What's interesting is we do actually have a section along this that could be perfectly straightened out. But is that what we want? Probably not. All right, so we need to find the tips of all of these. Pull them out. The tippy top. That's not going to get any better, so I'll just pin that right there. A little interior. This one, though, I'd love for it to come apart a little bit better, but how do we do that? I could just make the cut in a different spot right here instead. That will certainly unwrap a lot nicer. Boom. Pin, shrink. Bam. Okay, that's a bit better. Alrighty then. The only thing we're missing are the claws. Oh, and the beak interior. Beak interior. Gotcha. So for this, clear that seam. Select it again. Unwrap it one more time. Now we've got this. It'd be a little bit easier if we just put some cuts right there. Unwrapped. Then we can take this section. Bam, bam, bam. Pin and straight. Then go to 0.6. Boom, boom. Pin. Rotate. Flatten. Pin. Rotate. Flatten. Okay. All right. Beak interior. Let's do the claws. So for these, what we need to change are these little spots down here. Yeah. Bam. Bam. All right. So for the most part, we're off to a great start. Why isn't that moving it? Okay, there we go. Look like little popsicles. They look like an Astro Pop specifically. All right, but now we've got them declawed. Bam. Putting all the small stuff over here. It's easier to find later. Foot stuff, arm. All right. Perfect. All right, we got one more hour left. Eat some pickle. One more hour. Are we allowed to eat them? Ooh, I need a spoon. Man, the almond milk in my coffee just did not fare well with getting microwaved. Kind of like curdled. Still protein, but kind of nasty. I should have just added more hot water or something. Oh well, the more you know. All right, let's get this tail done. So the easiest way will just be to delete these faces up top because they're going to be inside the body. So if you don't see it, it doesn't need to exist. And then the bottom, I think it'd be best to just cut like this. All the way up to here. Perfect. And actually, let me go back over here real quick. I'm going to take the front face here, fill it, switch to normal, SV0. And then remove it. Just gonna tidy it up a little bit. All right, flatten it. Then cursor here, pin, rotate. Before I do that, let's pin this side too. Then take it all, stretch it out. Pretty straightforward so far. We keep stretching it out a little bit more. Looking pretty good here. I guess just kind of try to pull out some of the tension on some of these. These ones still have a lot up here. I just want it to be straightened out. Thank you. All right. Better. Hey there, AP. I'm doing quite well. How are you doing? How's your Tuesday going? What is going on down here? Just woke up and I have to go to work in an hour. It could be better. Fair. That is fair. Well, work on AP or work on Alex here is going well. Right now we're in the UV unwrapping stage, so we've got most things unwrapped so far. Um, got the tail unwrapped, got the body unwrapped, a few more items to finish up there, and then should be on to at least getting some basic textures started today, and then wrap that up tomorrow. Yeah. Mm. Oh goodness. Excuse me. Also, would adding the decal to his hoodie be hard? No, not at all. I set the logo yesterday, but it's a different color than I wanted. No, that's no problem at all. I'm Photoshop and I are old friends, so I can easily change that color. Hi there, Sam. I'm your friend. It's that time of the month again. Can you hand me over that $60, please? Friendship fee? How do I move this over? Adobe and old friends. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Adobe. I've been seeing some stuff come out about their latest they're basically making Premiere but for AI. That's going to be interesting. That's the logo of one of my favorite artists. I got his permission to use his logo on clothes and stuff. Oh, that's awesome. Heck yeah. Glad to help represent. Prefer to see it as my nemesis. Keep running into it no matter how much I try to use others. I mean, Photoshop does have a lot going for it, but Adobe's a pretty terrible company. It's kind of like Nintendo. Nintendo has very good games, but the company is pretty awful with the decisions they make. The game developers are awesome. Wasn't looking for a second. Thought we need to bring out the glow sticks, but we're not rigging yet. Getting close. Getting close. Glow sticks time approaches. Probably, probably Thursday. But we're getting there. Getting there pretty quick, actually. No, you're totally fine. Also, I've seen you do this process, but I never knew why it's important. What's the purpose of UV painting? Um, so, in order to get textures onto an object, you need to create a flat version of it. So, this square that we're looking at here represents the picture it's going to pick up. Um, so, like if I switch this over to this UV color grid, you can see how this image that we're seeing on the object is what it's picking up in this square. So for example, see this HA, if I zoom it onto the HA, then that's what it's going to pick up. So in order for it to pick up the texture properly, you have to unfold the character and basically make them into a canvas. A lot of times this process is called skinning. And you could think of like leather moccasins. How do you turn a deer into leather moccasins? It's a very similar process. Yeah, but you're basically just making it paintable, because without this process, it won't know what to pick up from the texture you're applying it to. All right. Alrighty then. Whew. Last step is the hair. Now, I did see an interesting little trick to getting the hair to um, turn it into geometry, because for some reason we can't turn it into a mesh directly. It doesn't want to do that. So what we're going to do is create an empty, or create a mesh cube. Go to geometry nodes, and with the cube, actually move it to here. Selection to cursor. Then we'll make a new this, and we'll call this hair baker. And we can take the collection, can actually just drag it in. Boom. And output the geometry. So you need to hit Alt G. And then there we go. Now we have this, and we just want to say realize instances. That's pretty much it, I believe. Can't turn into much, but with geometries, I feel a new bit for a commercial break coming up right here. With the power of geometry nodes. All right. Oh. Interesting. Okay. So then we should be able to mesh it. Yep. And now this is our hair. So that just lets us actually have geometry for the hair. Now, if we unwrap it, we get this mess. So what's the best way to do that? Well, it actually would have been better to, let me back up a few steps. Save that there, and we're going to go back to the geometry curves and back to geometry nodes. No idea what happened here, but magic. Yeah, it's getting a little bit into the weeds here. UV unwrap. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Geo node UV unwrap. How do I make this work?
Hey everybody, Johnny here. In this video, we're going to take a look at UV unwrapping in geometry nodes.
Frog.
We're going to use some of the new tools in Blender 3.3 to make it a little equipped node tree. Now, using the instead, you can UV map. This one, keep you in. Just name it UV. It won't work with it. Very well. I think that's a bug that needs to be fixed. Now, the type for our UV map is going to be vector norm. Very for you to fill. There's a custom attribute built in C1. So let's go over to
Ooh, okay. So
menu and see what currently are. So let's go over to the UV unwrap. It will, there, we finally have. This is what you would get if you had an object in edit mode trying to on this case, and then one seam down the middle. So how might we accomplish this? So then we want to say when this is greater than a certain size. Right now, everything is greater than 0, so we're getting the same result we had before. But let's increase this time. Once we've gotten above the face area of the small faces, but still less than the end caps, the edges around that have now been marked as true and are now being used as seams. But what about our seam in the middle? Again, there's a bunch of ways we can attack this. First, we're going to want to combine this solution that we already have with our new solution. So we'll do that using a Boolean math and set it to OR. So the end edges that are marked will be in the top socket, and whatever we point to the bottom socket that's true will also turn into a seam. One handy thing you can do when trying to figure out the topology of your mesh is to use a delete geometry. Add an input index to the selection. Next, I'll change the delete type to edge. And let's go into flat shading. For extra, we can clear this right up in this line. So the simplest thing to do here would be to select any edge with an index less than 20. We'll duplicate the index node, duplicate this compare, and set it to less than. Set this to 12, and then connect it to our board. We'll toggle off wireframe and see what we got.
my brain. Okay. Float greater than, right? I'm actually going to go to the hair material and give it the UV map. Okay, perfect. Oh, but we didn't plug it into anything yet. How did he get it to automatically update? UV map, set material.
So the third dimension here is completely ignored. The feedback face can have its own place on the UV map and plug it in. We're not why that but since we know our texture
Attribute. Gotcha. Okay. Interesting. So this may not work when I mesh it because if it's just it's not actually the UV map value in the mesh. But it's worth trying.
so let's go back over to geometry.
Attribute, geometry, UV map. Okay. Back to GeoNodes here. So far, still nothing is happening.
Because our object doesn't have any seams. Its edge has a valid head and if you have an object in it.
Boolean. Let's just give that a shot. Make sure it's working. Great. Geometry nodes, store, attribute, UV map. I am making it, so that may be why. I don't know what the guy in the video is making, but it looks tasty. A noodle. I think I need to do this here. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Something's happening now. That's what we want to see. Compare. Hmm. Interesting. Clearly that's working. Oh. There we go. Something.
Now we're still not seeing any UV and plug it in. We're not seeing this update yet in our shader. So let's go over to the shading so it doesn't update and set it to C. There, we finally have. This is what you would get if you had an object in edit mode, selected all of the edges, marked them all as seams, and did a UV unwrap. Of course, this isn't what we need. We probably want to mark seam one caps are really large, and the rest of the faces are really small. So perhaps we could choose the edges that are on any faces that are above a certain size. Right now, everything's this size, but still less than the edges. The edges around that have now been marked as true and are now being used as seams.
Hmm. Vector. We can use a factor. We can transfer the factor to it. Transfer attribute. Capture attribute. Looked away for a bit at hair and it came back. How complex the hair scared me a little. There's most likely a simpler way to do this. Hopefully. I just want to know how to do this. So let's.
End cap edges that will you're out. And let's go into flat shading. For extra help in visualizing what we're doing, I'm going to go to the object pane, go down to viewport display, and turn on wireframe. Now we can clearly see that we're erasing edge 0, and edge 0 is right here. If I increase this, we'll see that edge 1 is right there, and that the edges run up the length of our tube. And so edge number 11 is the last edge in this line. So the simplest thing to do here would be to select any edge with an index of less than 12. Select all vertices. Remember, we're working with the indices of the vertices here. We're not working with the edge indices right now. Generate the cone is convenient. Let's have it in Blender 3. Set it to equal, and we'll start with 0. Remember, we're working with the indices of the vertices here. We're not working with the edge indices right now. So vertex number 1 will be selected as the start. Now we need to add a mesh towards edge path. Connect the next vertex index to the next vertex index of our edge paths to selection. Again, we'll duplicate this equals node, plug in the index, and then plug the result into the end vertex. So now we can adjust these two values to select any two vertices in an object. So let's use our delete geometry trick to find out what vertex we're going to select. Plug in our delete geometry node in our selection and turn on wireframe. What we see is that the vertex number increases along each ring of our tube, not along each side section, like the edges do. So we'll
Transfer factor. If we transfer the factor attribute. Okay, this is taking too long. That's possible. There's a way to do it. Taking too long, though. Okay. So we'll take this. I'm going to go ahead and mesh it. Unwrap. And now basically just cut them all open. Right. There we go. Oy, oy, oy. It's got to be a really easy way to mark a seam, but I don't know how you do that. I also don't know how to transfer that attribute properly. Properly. Which is probably easier at that point to do it here. Because I think I can, yeah. Well, then I don't know which side they're on. It doesn't matter. Okay. We're going to straighten them all out anyway. I should probably get ready to go to work, but I wish you luck. Have a good day. Same to you, AP. Good luck with work yourself. And yeah, I'll be working for another 30 minutes on Alex, and then we'll be coming back to him tomorrow, getting some texturing done. Looking forward to that. All right, so now we're getting somewhere. We can go ahead and one left, pin them all, boom, and straighten them all. Easy. Okay. So that is there. And we can go ahead and just delete this entire hierarchy and this object. Now we have the hair baked. The one last thing we want to do is do mesh, clean up, merge by distance. There's not 500 strands, but there are 4 each. So mesh. We have a quick way to double check as well. We can clean up, merge by distance, and then do P by loose parts. That should give me quite a few. All right, seems like most of them are still separate. Good. All right. And what that did is it just took the tip and let's see, P, pin, straighten. All right. That's awesome. So now we really do have everything ready to go. Except one thing. We need a tongue. All right, there we go. Mesh it. Transform. Delete half. Mirror. And now we can add it to the body material. The body material. Right, there we go. There the tongue at. Boom, boom. 0.2 ps10. Beautiful. There's the tongue. Alrighty. So we don't have too much more time before we'll stop working, but I think we have enough time to get everything mapped. So we've unwrapped, now we're mapping. That was terrible. Come on. I can do better than that. Was I not able to scale? Is that no? Should be scaling. Alright, then. That thing's only really useful when there's a bunch of stuff. The fewer things there are, the harder of a time it seems to have. Hmm. All right, maybe it did. Maybe it did do a good job. That's pretty much all you can do. All right. Perfect. Clothes packed. Now for the body. The hair we will keep as its own material, right? I think so. All right, so there's some stuff we would like to leave out of this, these little smaller items. But these are all fair game. whoa, whoa, whoa. I just don't like how it looks. It looks unoptimized. Is it though? We're about to find out. All right, that should be pretty good. And more than enough room to fill in with this other stuff. But I would like to make the face just a bit bigger. And we can make the bottom of the foot a little bit smaller. Oh, I need to sneeze. Ooh. Oh. Ugh. Burnt my coffee earlier. Gross. All right, this is the eye. This will make a bit bigger. Get some nice resolution on there. Got the ear. 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 Got the ear. Sorry. Making weird sounds. This is the eye and eyebrow. We'll keep those together. All right, the boy is mapped. And the hair, I think we'll be fine just leaving it like this. Oh, did we include the tail? I hope we did. I believe we did. No, really? Dang it. What a waste. Car says, all right, one more time. But food, food. Yeah, we're close. We're close. Almost there. I am looking forward to. I don't know what I have. Bacon? Want some protein. can't really put it anywhere else. Oh, yeah, yeah. There we go. Now that's feeling good. Almost. Okay, we'll swap these. All right, there we go. Mapped. All right, so that's all the UV mapping that needs to happen. We are done. Okay, and that is perfect time for me to go ahead and end my morning session. Ugh. And we'll be back in about an hour for more goodness. I think maybe we'll just set up the basic high poly, low poly baking. Yeah, just before we move on from Alex here, just so tomorrow when we sit down, we can jump straight into texturing, no hesitation. And yes, we are allowed to eat now. So everyone, get your food in. I'm gonna go ahead and make something with protein. I don't know. I think I should have some chicken. I'm hungry. Great time for me to go hit dinner myself. Have a nice lunch. Thank you. I hope you have a great dinner. Thank you for coming by, Kami. And Snardum, fun hanging out with you as always. And I hope you enjoy the break. AP already left, but Era, who else might be lurking? Arctic, Val, if you're out there. BMW fan, thank you for coming by. And Pixel, Fat Nasty, just reviewing my chat here. Perfect. Well, thank you all for making my morning. Looking forward to heading come back very soon. See y'all in just a bit. Bye. Bye.